Just as a reminder, and to put this at the forefront of this episode, we are streaming straight as pretty much this episode ends over on Kick and on Twitch. We stream the next week's episode as of recent, because what we've started to do is we upload on a Sunday. It'll be like an hour typically before the episode ends. We usually start streaming on Twitch between 12 and 1 o'clock. Twitch and Kick. So feel free to jump over if you want to see a preview for the next week's episode. And we'll be there if you want to ask any questions, want to discuss any points that we might have. Feel free to do so. We're more than happy to have discussions while we do these streams. And
or just talk some shit because he doesn't like talking shit.
Exactly. And we'll definitely end up, knowing us, putting that in the video as well. So feel free to do so. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 149th episode of PandTha Talks.
Hello!
That did not go well. Pressing start is actually a challenge, apparently. Good to know. So we're back.
He says we're back, but we didn't technically leave.
Yeah, we didn't technically leave. However...
Have we not streamed each episode as well?
Yeah, we streamed.
Yeah, so like, what's all this we're back nonsense?
We're back each week, though, Will. Technically. So a lot's gone on, though, in the, week and a half, because, obviously, we weren't able to record/stream on the Sunday. However, me and Will were in contact a lot of the week. We've been sat playing a game that we're just getting into. I say we're just getting into, we're over 24 hours into it, and we still don't feel like we grasp it.
No, we're exactly 24 hours into it.
Yep, and we still don't feel like we fully grasp it, so, yeah.
There's a lot to learn.
Yeah, a ton to learn. Honestly, I've got nothing but high praises. However, we do have some picky bits. We'll probably talk about that later in the episode. But yeah, there's also a lot to do with Sony being absolutely shredded by the internet, which I am so excited to cover this week. We also have some bad news about Valve, unfortunately. Some good news about Cyberpunk. And basically just some generalised gaming news this week. It's nice, it's chill, and for the most part we're going to be taking the piss out of Sony. So, overall, win.
That's like a normal Tuesday afternoon, to be honest.
Yeah, which is even better when it's on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Awesome.
In that case then, I'll switch over and we can start covering the articles.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably wise.
First article, Cyberpunk 2077 has now sold more than 40 million copies, a testament to what CD Projekt does best. And it is true, they make some amazing RPGs, don't get me wrong. The game started off pretty bloody bad, and it is, it's quite unimaginable back, at launch, imagining this game would get anywhere near 40 million. If you just took the game at face value of what it was back then and didn't look at the company's history, fuck me, that would have been just a mess from the
It's not a good look for them.
No. But because they had built up a reputation, they were able to pull that back and had a lot of people that remained strong in faith, which is good. But yeah, I mean, this is actually how long back it was. I'd forgot that they got kicked off of the PlayStation Store due to what had gone off. I forgot about that entire, situation.
Sony really are cons, huh?
Oh, yeah. But they try and do it under the guise of, we're doing it for the consumers. No, they're not. No, they're not. They let fucking weirder and worse games fucking remain on their system, so I disagree. I mean, fucking... Yeah. Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League is still on the PlayStation Store. It was never removed.
Yeah.
So, fucking fight me. It's hard to imagine now, but Cyberpunk 2077 was an unmitigated disaster when it launched back in 2020. The PC version wasn't too bad, relatively speaking, but the console version was so wretched that Sony literally kicked it off the PlayStation Store. It was so far gone that several months after launch, with CD Projekt just beginning to start work on the cleanup of the mess it made, we recommended that it just fix the bugs and move on. Whoops. Well done, PC gamer. I mentioned all this because That was then, and this is now. And now Cyberpunk 2077, which these days sits comfortably with a very positive user rating on Steam, has surpassed 40 million copies sold.
Think of it.
Yeah.
I've not actually looked at the reviews of it. It is 88% positive out of 380,000 reviews.
Yeah, you can't whinge at that, can you?
No, you cannot. They certainly put the work in.
I mean, I've got a lot of friends who've played it, so I'd imagine reviewed by friends, nothing but positive. Shallow.
Shallow, but loads of variety. They seem slightly contradictory of each other.
Okay. Good game. Great game. Just recently bought Phantom Liberty, and then Cyberpunk has crashed on startup 20 plus times. How much modding have you done? Just not being funny. The CPU? Shit hot. The RAM? Good. I'm not sure about this GPU. Everyone keeps telling me about the RX 9700 XT. And I compared it to like the RTX 5070 Ti, which I ended up getting. And that was a lot better. From what I read. This was it. GPU benchmarks. And what was that GPU I just mentioned?
9070 XT?
9070 XT. His review's right at the bottom, so I can pull it. 9070 XT, yeah. Don't know what I was doing there.
Guy just doesn't fucking believe a word I say about it.
I don't listen, apparently, mate.
Oh, sorry, I'll just go fuck myself, don't worry.
No, don't worry about it. I don't listen to myself either. So compare that with the RTX 5070 Ti. Compare. Yeah, like, it's just, yeah. It gets kind of battered. The only thing it gets better is parallax mapping, splatting, parallax, and splatting. It just, yeah.
To my knowledge, like, it's not necessarily a bad card.
No, I've heard good
But, I mean, in
about it.
fairness, you can't really compare them too much, because look at the amount of user benchmarks there's been. It's only got 218 benchmarks, whereas the 5070 Ti is almost 6,000. So it's kind of hard to say for certain.
Yeah, the other reason I went with this over this, though, to be honest with you, is simply because when I was reading up, apparently the 9070 XT card has some issues with games because some games are just not optimized for that sort of card, whereas they're all optimized for this one. So in the gaming side, it's
the benefit of being the leader in the market, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. Don't get me wrong, tons of them nowadays use AMD's FSR system. I mean, even Valve's using it for their Steam machine. So it's not a bad system, it's not a bad spec, but it just wouldn't have worked on the games I wanted to play. So, yeah, bit awkward, but that's the truth of it. 40 million copies sold shows incredible lasting strength of Cyberpunk 2077, and it's testament to what CD Projekt does best, creating high-quality immersive stories that keep players returning for years. Courtesy Michael... No, I'm not trying. No, I'd butcher your name, mate, so I'm going to call you Michael. It's a great foundation.
No, that's not that bad.
But I struggle with English words.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
It's a great foundation for our upcoming project in this universe, including the Cyberpunk Edge Runners 2 anime arriving this fall, which we kind of knew about. But yeah, it's good to see. I'm really impressed with it. He says, I'm not 100% convinced we went through a full redemption arc. I'm convinced that we lost the faith of some people indefinitely, and that's a fair thing. But I do hope we're able to make it back, if not with The Witcher 4, but whatever comes next. We spoke about this briefly, I think last week, the week before.
Yeah, one of the weeks.
So, yeah, amazing news. Yeah, they sold originally 13 million copies in 10 days of launch. But obviously a lot of those will have been refunded. So then to pull it back to 40 million is impressive. This, I find, honestly, to just be a bit petty and amusing. So, remember that other game we just covered that was made by a bunch of the old original Mass Effect creators?
What other game we just covered? What?
We covered a game like a week or two ago about it came out during...
Do you know how fucking vague that is?
Yeah, I know. But that's why I said created by the creators of Mass Effect.
You think I know developers? I barely know myself.
This. We covered the gameplay trailer that dropped during the Summer Showcase.
It seems familiar.
Okay, so this is basically going to be the next Mass Effect. This is kind of the big thing about it. All of a sudden, new official Mass Effect release confirmed for 2027. Don't get me wrong, it shows they've been working on it. I don't know how long that they have been working on it, and but I do find it funny that they've suddenly agreed, yeah, we're also dropping in 2027. So now people will have a bit of a choice. Do they go to Mass Effect, or do they go to
Hey man,
Exodus?
you hear someone trying to say they're the next version of your game, you know?
Well, that's
You're
very
gonna be
much
like, not on my watch, sir.
well, that's the thing. That's very much EA standard to take, but because the other companies, like 85% fucking old Mass Effect creators, it's I'd argue they're probably creating a more idealistic version of Mass Effect than what EA can make.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year, 2027 for sure. Especially after they butchered it with Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm sure we all remember that delight. But yeah, I'm interested to see what goes on regarding this. However, I'm also cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, doesn't sound good.
No, it's definitely not. Oh, you get to add something to this one, Will. Mr. Tim Sweeney has been
Yeah,
out
all this
making his
shit.
comments. So, the comment I have on record here is that he claims Valve is irresponsible to force AI disclosures on Steam. Epic CEO says, while Unreal Engine doubles down on AI. Again. He keeps doing this lately. So he keeps calling Steam out for it, but their entire reason for this call out, I think, is because they make an engine, and their engine is 98% lately about using AI to create games. So
Yeah.
they don't want people to have to be under this disclosure when making their games with them. Otherwise, there's no point in using Unreal, and they don't like that.
Yeah, and let's be honest. I don't know about you. I want to know if it's got AI, especially if it's anything to do with Epic's engine, because if it's 98% using AI to make your game, then it's probably going to be 98% bullshit.
Yeah.
There's going to be no work, actual work put into the game.
No. Don't get me wrong, there are exceptions to the rule. There's always going to be those cases that are exceptions. However, it's unlikely. Unfortunate as it is to say, it's the truth.
They will be few and far between.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that so many developers are now put into this position. If you want to launch a game and get it widely publicised as possible, you've got to put it on Steam, so people can wishlist it. And if you want to play it on Steam, then you need to get this scarlet letter of AI attached to your product. And now there is a hater community trying to kill the game. You're a moron. I think it's really irresponsible of Valve. They shouldn't do it because it makes it much harder for a game developer to have a chance of success. You have to choose from either not using tools that can make you way more productive and probably failing due to competition that does. Well,
Have you seen some of the competition that's used AI recently?
yeah,
It's not ended very well for them.
also, he's literally just said there's a hater community trying to kill the game, and it's bad that people are called out for using AI, but then straight after gone, well, if they don't use
You have
AI,
to use it to do anything.
yeah, because the competition will. Well, if the competition will, then the competition's also getting hit with these things. So if they're not impacting the competition, what's the problem?
And, sure, there's people that just are going to spout nonsense because AI is mentioned to begin with, and they're going to talk shit about it. But people who actually stop from and think or like look into it, odds are any game has its own sort of web page or Discord server or something similar, where developer puts in information about the game, maybe, and most likely you'll find that they'll also have sections in this web page of theirs or server or whatever.
Yeah.
Disclosing where they used AI.
See, that's what I was.
And then, if you actually look into that, you can then make a logical decision as to whether or not they've took the piss with it.
That's what I was actually going to say. Seen as like in descriptions and that of any game that we get, as you can see here, they could easily stick another section in. Valve could stick it in, or someone else could, whoever. They could stick a section in here and simply give a description of how AI was used within the product. Now, if they did that, let's say they used AI to generate placeholders, I think that's forgivable. A lot of people are going to argue otherwise because they're hardcore haters of AI. Unfortunately, it's here to stay, and as much as I have an issue with it to an extent, I also do see the use cases from it. In that manner, I have to argue, if there is a genuine use case they're using it for, and it's beneficial, it's not for the sake of, and it's not going to impact the quality of the game, it's whatever.
That's the important part.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get an actual game that's had work put into it, things refined, mechanics actually thought about, or are we gonna get a pile of AI slop?
Exactly. Now, I'd like to see Valve add something for that, or maybe they stick it in the description of it, just like under one of these blue titles, where AI was used right at the bottom.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, you've got a server or a web page or something somewhere that you can usually quite easily access where the developer talks about the game and their development process.
100%.
So anyone who actually gives a damn and doesn't just see something and decide, oh, I'm going to hate on this just because it has AI in it, will actually be able to, have a reasonable discussion about it.
100%, mate. I completely agree with you. So, apparently, to be fair, it's not surprising Tim Sweeney is staunchly defending the use of AI in development, as Epic Games' upcoming Unreal Engine 6 is going all in with AI integration. The CEO doubled down on his stance with an interview with PC Gamer, saying that AI use in general helps developers spend more time on what matters, narrative and gameplay. We've seen some AI create gameplay, and it's horrendous. You go to a library like the Fab Content site or the Unity Asset Store and buy a flower pot there. And then there's a whole economy around creating content. That's nice, but it gives you a fixed set of objects, and scanning only works for things that already exist in the real world. You can't scan an alien, and the content libraries only work for things that have already been created. If you have a game with a really unique look and feel, you need unique content, and AI is the path to getting that with a degree of economy that makes it competitive, with fab or scanning or other things, but works for a larger category of objects. Sweeney said the value is not in creating a perfect flower pot. It will absolutely be an absolute folly to spend $1 million creating a flower pot, because the real value is building the scene and building the game and building the narrative and the gameplay and making it awesome. How many times do you have to say "and" in a fucking sentence? And giving it a unique feel and making something that appeals to gamers. Fuck me, Tim Sweeney.
You couldn't have summed that up any better, could he?
I don't know. I've got a bit of an aneurysm of using the word "and" now. Unfortunately, it's clear how AI is being used by publishers as an excuse to lay off actual developers. So it's difficult not to see how the technology is a disruptive force in the gaming industry as of now. Automated models are definitely not capable of creating a video game by themselves, as seen in the recent GTA 6 inspired project, which started last week, but which will happen to in the future. It will only be able. When will it be able to? Only time will tell. Dev tries creating GTA 6 with using AI, but accidentally builds wrong city amidst chaotic development and Unreal Engine 5.8.
What?
I don't know. I want a video more than anything else.
Yeah, I want some sort of imagery to look at.
Founder of AI.
Do we even have like a name for it?
No, but I've got a bit more.
Jesus.
Oh, here it is. Day one of building GTA 6 still feels fake typing out. Good Claude.
What?
This is the guy, apparently.
This is it.
I mean,
He
okay.
built
Do you
a
have
couple
any
of blank
more?
boxes.
Oh wait, we're at day 23.
Alright, that's better.
I'm just trying to like get back far enough so that I can actually see if there's any more progress here. Okay, let's just go to the latest one then. So this is day
Yeah.
23. Oh god. Oh dear god, that frame rate.
Everything is just going everywhere. What on
The
earth?
shadows are fucking glitched constantly. This looks horrendous so far.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nothing seems to be able to path very well.
No. Yeah, okay. I was just curious more than anything else about that. So, I've got some
Hmm.
sad news about Valve.
Oh.
Do you remember the Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death?
Oh no.
Valve has a similar experience.
Bro, this should not be happening so soon.
Yeah, this guy, his Steam machine worked for 20 minutes and then this happened. The red light, it means that the GPU has failed. And basically, from what I understand, they're going to be getting a brand new machine out to him, which is some good
I
news.
I feel like that's going to be like a rare case scenario that like
I'm
maybe
hoping
production tested okay, but maybe there was some issue shipping or something.
Yeah, I'm hoping like it's something simple as a case where, oh, it got knocked a bit during shipment and
Yeah, and you
people
know what
didn't
it can
get
be
them
like
paid.
when it comes to parts. Like they can start working and
Oh yeah,
then break, or they could just be completely broken and not start at all.
100%.
Anything can happen.
No, exactly that. But yeah, that's just insane. They brought back the Red Ring of Death, except they've now called it the Red Line of Death.
You know,
So all these
at
years
least it's
later,
there to let you know that there's been a GPU failure or something,
yeah,
rather than just it not turning on and you just sort of sitting there staring at it blankly, like, well, now what do I do?
yeah,
Because as like as modular as they are, in terms of like the RAM and the storage, it's not like your own PC. I doubt you can just open the whole thing up, and then if you do have any kind of warranty, that is definitely going to void it.
oh definitely.
So you're not going to go poking around in that.
Well, actually, I'm not sure because Valve have expressly given permission to open it up.
Yeah, but certain parts of it though,
Yeah, only
I
certain
feel
parts.
like
I think it's
like
like the
that's what I'm saying.
RAM
Like
and
with the
storage.
RAM and the S and the storage, absolutely. But anything beyond that, you're probably going to screw yourself over if you start poking around.
Yeah, that much. No, I just want to view the result. Fuck you. So yeah, it's a bit sad, but it has occurred. So I'm hoping it's a one case. I mean, one guy has spoke about it recently, and that's it. So one out of what was it, 27 tons worth of machines.
Jesus.
Yeah, I can't see it being that bad. So, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League's development got so bad that it almost turned its devs away from the industry for good. I could feel myself coming apart at the seams, one dev said. I want to cover this because just remember, this game flopped that badly that if we search it up on sale, it's currently at £2.99 or £4.49 for the digital deluxe edition. I picked that up in a sale. I think it was literally a month or two after release at this price.
Yeah, it was literally on the cheapest that they could be without basically being free.
Yeah,
So soon after development because people just absolutely hated it. It was just a right shit show.
yeah.
A shit apocalypse even.
Stutter Squad. I like that. It's not a good game. You'll have some people that say, yeah, it's actually not that bad. I genuinely can't sit and play it. It's just very, very boring.
What is that screenshot of Flash?
Well, I actually know this scene. He tries shooting Flash, and Flash appears behind him and goes, "Did you get him?" And I'll be honest, like there's some good lines like that where it's quite funny, but then they just butcher it with other parts, and it's so fucking sad, man. But now I'm even more sad because, as we're just finding out here, the fucking devs were pushed to the breaking point for
I mean,
development.
I've just read the blue text where it cost 200 million to make the game.
Oh yeah, 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 that's true. I mean,
Oh man.
at least it wasn't a Sony of Concord, 400
How much was
million.
that? Fucking double, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I wonder if that one guy has gotten on since.
Oh, the guy who reviewed it, or the guy who created
The
it?
one guy that we kept seeing on it.
Yeah, actually, that's a fair question. Let's find out. Concord.
When was the last time he played?
Oh, Wednesday, the 1st of July.
God's
4
sake.
days ago. This man is
Oh.
dedicated. I'm going to give it to him. The man is dedicated. He was on 29th, 22nd.
What do you reckon is the odds that it's like some modder bought the license to own the game fully, and he's just sitting trying to fuck around with it?
Oh, most likely, yeah.
Some dude who just has nothing else to do with his life.
Yeah, it's just insanity, brother. It really is. You know, actually, think about it. We had that game that we were looking into, weren't we?
We did?
Yeah, the one that people shouldn't buy because it's stupid money.
Oh, yeah. It's like £748 or something.
Oh, I can't fucking remember what the game was called.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations on your purchase. Thank you, sir.
4 reviews. What are the reviews, Roy? There's 4 reviews. Did we read the reviews?
Wait, what? No, there was no reviews last time.
Look, right there.
Congratulations on your purchase. Yeah, there are reviews.
Oh, no.
But they all can refund this.
Oh my god. Why have you wrote that much?
I don't know. The hardest boss was clicking purchase. The happiest ending was clicking refund. The game was okay, I guess. Would not buy again, lol. Product received for free. Reminds me of modernism in art. You don't get it, bro. Your IQ is just not high enough to understand real art. Oh, it's one of those. Okay. Got my name on a plaque, 10 out of 10. So every single one of these is refunded. Obviously.
I mean, are you surprised?
No. But that explains why, when I checked the achievements, it's gone up. From 9%.
It's not like it does anything for you.
Oh no, I just hate this with a passion.
Personally, I wouldn't be risking the refund option.
Oh no.
Because it's gonna fuck you somehow. And my god, like that guy's surely gotta be getting screwed over in terms of taxes.
Oh, he's gotta be.
You know, those 4 people alone is a sudden 3,000 GBP that's just appeared in his account and then been removed. But, you know, they don't care about the fact that it got removed. They're like, oh, we saw 3K go into your account. You know how much taxes that is?
Well, thankfully, it goes to Valve first, and then Valve pays out at the end of the month.
Oh, so he's got the whole month waiting of people buying it and refunding it, so he's going to be up to 30 grand.
He's literally going to get nothing. That may seem like a attribute to pick out, but from the get-go, it was painfully obvious that Suicide Squad game had been concocted by a bunch of suits with the sole intention of being replayable and earning stacks of cash. We all know about the bullshit of live service games.
Yep.
Axel and Johnny Armstrong, I can't say that, I'm not even going to try.
Rigby.
That's an awful spelling.
He didn't choose his name, man. God.
I don't care. 2 devs who worked on this story again in a recent interview with Bloomberg. I'm just casually fucking insulting this poor guy and his fucking surname, making it out like it's his fault. Yeah, that sounds like me.
Fuck, the game one was breaking him. Rory's over here just fucking tearing him a new one for no reason.
There is a reason. His parents are evil. And boy, does that development sound like hell. There was definitely a sense when we first moved on to it. Arrogance is the wrong word, but a confidence, Armstrong says. When we're coming back off hit after hit, of course we'll be able to do this. But then came the slew of delays, which racked up the cost and the pressure of the game to make its money back. That's why I started to feel like I wasn't making games anymore, Axel explained.
Not sure if they started.
Well, they originally made because it's the same group that made the Batman Arkham games. So,
that's quite some change.
Exactly. They had a fucking record. They had, a fully established system. And Warner Brothers just went, nah, you're not. You're making this instead.
Yeah, and there was obviously some external influence on them.
Oh, yeah.
If you go from making those games to that.
Yeah, it's such a huge breakdown. And it's like, what the fuck? I was following a spreadsheet, some elusive marketing analysis spreadsheet that no one could present clearly. I kind of felt like this isn't the gaming industry I wanted to work in. No, you're 100% right. It was a big shift,
Right.
culture shift.
Whoever was pulling the strings for them making the game was obviously, especially with the time the game came out at, it was simply just, as you said, following suit with the live service style. They just wanted to have a battle pass, a weekly shop, a daily shop, anything that they could to have purchase options, just
Yeah.
to try and have it as a cash generator.
No, we put all
It's just crazy.
Yeah, we put all these hours in, but it didn't feel like it was tangibly getting better. Everyone felt like they were having to run to stand still. It's an interesting descriptor. To add stress to the devs were given ridiculous deadlines. 6 months isn't enough to do any fundamental changes. That just is. That's just enough to just fix as many bugs as you can see. You can, and see if you can squeeze in a bit of future tweaks here and there. But in this time, they were expected to fix everything and find the answers to questions like how many players can we reach with this feature, and how can we twist this design into something that can be more replayable. What the?
At some point, you kind of wonder, like, they're making that out like it was pure hell.
Yeah.
And no one was happy. Like, it was like they were joined in all saying, this is shit and going nowhere.
Yeah.
So at what point did they actually just turn around and essentially just go on strike?
Well, one moment and we'll get there. It was all too much, and just the unrealistic expectations and pressures of creating an infinite money machine disguised as a live service game was too much. I felt everything drained from me, Armstrong said. I can't do this again. I don't know if I'm done with the industry, but I'm done. I could feel myself coming apart at the seams. Armstrong and Axel ended up leaving Rocksteady and teaming up together to make Secret of Cicada, an RPG deck building game that has just had its Kickstarter release in hopes of raising $11,404 to help the development. So that's how long. Apparently straight after release, and they just went, no, I'm done. Can't do this anymore. I think as an industry, we are severely losing our way.
So they went from making the Arkham games to that pile of trash,
Yeah.
to a deck building game that's just point and click.
Yeah, it's so beyond fucking different, isn't it?
Talking about undershooting, you know?
Yeah. The thing is as well, the Arkham games are fucking phenomenal, so I don't get why Rocksteady go away from them. Everyone knows the Arkham games are massive. I mean, all you gotta do is fucking look at their history.
Yeah.
Arkham Knight, 92% positive out of 50,266 reviews. Arkham City...
I'm going to imagine these games were probably on PlayStation first.
No, actually, they all dropped on everything at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
no. And Arkham Knight, by the way, the one that I just showed you, it had awful reviews on PC at release because it was really unoptimized, but then they fixed it. And now it's at 92% out of 50,000 reviews because people love the game and what it became. Arkham City, 96% positive. This is Game of the Year edition. There was another version before this. People ended up getting this one as well. And then you had Arkham Asylum, which did the self-same thing. Overall positive, 96% out of 29,000 reviews, nearly 30,000. So, yeah, the games were known to pull good. So why they did this, to this day, I can't quite figure out.
Yeah, it's such a 180.
Yeah. I think as an industry, we are severely losing our way. It used to be passion projects that you loved and hoped other people would love too. When they did, it was such an amazing feeling. It became less and less of that. It became, let's hope this sells. Let's hope we get money from it. The worst part of all this, I don't think the suits learnt their lessons. It feels like we've been saying this for a while, but games should be made out of love and passion, not because shareholders finally figured out they can make a quick buck from them. The powers that be should just learn to give talented developers the resources and space they need to make cool shit. Sven Vink once said, the formula for making good games is stupidly simple. A studio makes a game because they want to make a game they want to play themselves. How often have we fucking said that?
Yeah.
But let's be honest, though, with the way a lot of the games go at the minute, it kind of feels like they're putting more work into making the skins for the characters that you don't play than they are the game itself.
Yeah, 100%. Ellie Gould, well done. You've joined my actually positive journalist box. It's a very limited group, but you're one of 4. Congrats.
Oh yeah.
Xbox issues official Game Pass warning. I don't know what this is about. I saw the title and was like, ooh, interesting. Xbox sent a push notification to Xbox Game Pass subscribers with a reminder/warning about the future plans of the service. Xbox Game Pass has experienced dramatic transformations over the years. The service has been split into various tiers and the price has fluctuated quite a bit. Late last year, Microsoft, I forgot I've still got that installed, made the controversial decision to increase the price of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to $29.99 a month. This plan was eventually walked back, and Game Pass Ultimate was settling at $22.99. The decision to reduce the price of Game Pass Ultimate was met with a great deal of praise from the community, though it didn't come without a cost. Recently, Xbox decided to remind the fans that the cost of cheaper Game Pass Ultimate with a warning sent directly to users. Xbox Game Pass members, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 won't be available in Game Pass at launch. Game Pass availability starts at Holiday 2027. If you'd like to jump in day one, you'll need to purchase the game. Okay.
I do find it insane that Call of Duty was doing that, where they were putting every game on day one Game Pass.
Yeah, it was a bit
But that's
ludicrous.
just showing even more, though, that it's just because of all the microtransactions. They didn't care about people purchasing the game. They knew that because of how much it all gets spammed in your face, that people are going to be buying shit eventually. And once you buy something, once you buy one thing, you're more likely to buy again and again and again because you just keep seeing things that you like.
Exactly that. And to be honest,
Or
with you,
Call of Duty go the route of pay to win, and they add something that has a slight advantage, but still meets TOS of a game.
exactly. And I'll be honest with you, mate. If I still even had Game Pass Ultimate, I'd wait. I wouldn't
Oh, yeah.
bother. I'd just wait it out.
I mean, I wouldn't click on Call of Duty, period, but yeah.
Oh no, as I said, if I was in that mindset, I'd wait. There'd be no point.
Yeah.
It's officially the end of an era for the PS3.
Damn.
Sony's PlayStation 3 is nearing the end of an era as the console approaches its 20th anniversary. That's insane to hear. Sony
What?
Yeah. Sony
What?
entered the gaming market and found instant overwhelming success with the original PlayStation and its success of the PlayStation 2, which remains the best.
Oh shit! It released on my birthday.
Oh damn. Best-selling video game console of all time. The PlayStation 3 eventually found success as well, but it definitely got off to a rocky start compared to its predecessor. The PS3 launched with an extremely high price tag of $599. I don't even remember that.
Even if that was the case, it's still cheaper. It would have been cheaper in the long run from Xbox because you didn't have to pay for online.
Oh, that was, as I've said many
That
times.
that
over
was the
years.
golden factor of the PS3.
Yeah.
That's
as
what just made it 100 times better.
As I've said for many years, the simple reason I had a PS3 and the reason I ended up moving from PlayStation to PC is because I couldn't afford the luxury of paying online.
The luxury.
It was. It really was. It was classified as a luxury to play online. And I couldn't get along with that. It was too expensive.
Yeah, it's sickening.
It is. And that combined with how difficult it was to develop for resulted in a very slow start for the generation. Despite early challenges, Sony stuck with the PS3, and while the console was trounced by the Wii and Xbox 360 for most of its life, it made back up for it in the back end by building an enticing library of must-play exclusives, eventually surpassing the 360 sales and becoming the second best-selling console of its generation. There are millions of gamers that have fond memories of their time with the PS3, but the near future, the console will be losing significant functionality. So fucking sad, man. Oh yeah, they're shutting down the PlayStation 3 store. And from what I understand,
That's good.
any games you bought, gone.
Nice. That's how to think about your consumers, right? That's putting the customer first, yeah.
Well, thankfully, we've got all the fucking discs and shit. for that.
Not for long.
Well, yeah.
No, it's alright, mate. They'll send out a fucking kill command
Oh, yeah.
when they shut that down.
No, in Outlook. Sony recently announced that it will be effectively sunsetting the PlayStation 3's PlayStation Store functionality. Select markets will be losing access to PlayStation 3 PlayStation Store at some point this year, with a global shutdown planned for 2027. For an undetermined time after the shutdown, already purchased content will still be downloadable from the PlayStation Store, but it will be impossible to buy anything new. Yeah, it's ludicrous. So,
You know,
yeah,
I do have to say though,
Go on.
I never really liked the look with the PS3. So it's a good job I didn't. It's a good job I didn't really care about the look of the consoles back then.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't look good.
No, no, it does not. So, before we get into this, I suppose that we should probably address the elephant in the room about what PlayStation's done recently.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a problem occurring with PlayStation, which is that they've basically decided to get rid of physical media completely, which is fine in itself. You're fine to do that. That's not a problem.
It was expected, to be honest.
Yeah, unless you've, made it a key point that physical media is a point of your devices. But as we saw, and as Will rightfully mentioned to me when we were talking about this, there was two different versions released for the PlayStation. There was the physical version, and there was the digital version. And the prices were different. So for digital only, it was cheaper. But I don't think that's going to... that price fix is going to come down to the players.
No.
And that's kind of what concerns me, honestly. Apparently, there's an opportunity to reduce costs further, analysts comments on Sony's no-disc policy. Yeah, so the big thing about...
I mean, mate, you think about this. Realistically, the prices should drop significantly, because not only do they not have to make the other version of the console that has the digital disc drive in it, but all those physical copies that they would have to outsource to get made aren't going to be necessary.
Exactly.
All the labor they'd have to pay for, all the materials they'd have to pay for, everything gone.
No,
But you won't, for not a hope in hell will you see anything about how they've lowered the prices. I guarantee you they'll make some bullshit about it and be like, oh yeah, we were going to release at this price, but due to the recent decision of going digital only, it's now going to be this price. But little do you know, this so-called reduced price was always the price.
Yeah. I mean, if
They're just saying that to make people think, oh yeah, we lowered it because of what's going on.
Yeah, if the price point really mattered, then a lot of the games that dropped on PC would be the same price. They'd be a cheaper price because they're digital only. However, that's not how it works. We know it's not how it works. It's stupid to even fucking hope for that, unfortunately, when it comes to these companies.
Yeah, it's all about the money. It always has been, always will be.
A games industry analyst has reacted to Sony's decision to discontinue physical disc releases by saying that the industry has an opportunity to reduce production costs even further. On July 1st, Sony officially announced that it will stop releasing new video game discs for PlayStation consoles starting in January 2028. This decision has led to many to believe that Sony's next generation console... Go on.
When are we seeing the next gen console then?
Great question.
Because they're not gonna release and have a physical version and have like 10 games on it and then be like, oh, we're stopping physicals.
No.
Or are they?
Are
they going to do it just to skyrocket prices?
That, or they might drop the next gen console next year and it's digital only, but then they'll basically release, because they usually release some of the games like within the for the old console as well, so they might do physical briefly for them, and then when it goes to 2028, stop it.
But that would still mean we're not going to see next gen consoles for well over a year.
Yeah, honestly, it could be longer. Honestly, it could be longer than that. I've got no idea. Next gen consoles, they've been like whispered about in the background, but we've heard nothing about them. Like, when did the PlayStation 5?
It doesn't feel like anything's been said about them
No. When
because
did the
we've not
PS5
covered
drop?
anything.
When did the PS5 Pro drop, actually? November 7th, 2024. Okay. So when did the PS5 by itself drop? 2020. So it's been 6 years and then 2 years on that. So, yeah, you're talking, we're about the point now where another console is about due.
But going off of this, we're going to be waiting another year and a half, basically.
Year and a half, maybe longer. The decision...
It kind of feels like with them saying they're going to stop in January 2028, that would mean if there's not a new console coming out then, that they're just going to be releasing nothing new until the new console does come out.
Yeah, there'll probably be a
Which
couple
seems
of games.
pretty bad for business.
Yeah. I've got a feeling, if anything, what's going to happen. We're going to get to probably November time, well, summer to November time of 2027. That's going to be when they announce the new console, announce a bunch of games that are coming day one on that console, and that console will drop November time 2028. September, November time, sorry. That's how it usually drops, anyways. The decision has led to May to believe that Sony's next generation console will be digital only. Fair play, Will. You pulled that up ahead of time. Or include a separately sold disk drive. I don't think they're going to include a separately sold disk drive, honestly. However, it's not clear how...
Stupid.
Yeah. It's not clear how discontinuing discs will affect physical game releases. An expert now believes that although the future is not fully certain, one thing seems clear is that companies like Sony can now achieve better margins on sales by reducing costs.
Sure.
There is an opportunity to reduce costs further, says Pierce, a games industry analyst at Empire Analysis. He suggests that this could come through prepaid game cards or similar alternatives. What?
What's that mean?
I don't know. Says publishers are currently forced to take on added risk by investing in disc production and paying a royalty fee to Sony before any payments are received. Therefore, the analyst believes that removing the costs associated with producing physical media could potentially help publishers achieve better profit margins and ultimately offset increases in other areas such as development and staffing budgets. What?
For your 1 terabyte console to be completely taken up by GTA 6?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll be straight up with that. If this does happen, how many people are going to need to get a fucking, like me, with a fucking 6 terabyte?
In a console? Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
how much is that going to cost?
Drive.
We're gonna start seeing like little mini towers that you can buy that just hold storage devices.
Oh yeah. According to Harding Rolls, the decline of physical games release poses a direct threat to retailers that specialize in selling video games. To reduce that risk, he believes that companies must develop more creative ways to still offer some form of physical product. Calling time on physical...
So you're essentially going to go to a real life CD key store to buy a code that you punch in that then allows you to download the game.
Pretty much, that's what they're saying. Also,
it's a bit worthless.
Do you not also find what he's saying here to be completely counterproductive to what he said here? He's talking about how it's going to remove the costs associated with producing physical media and potentially help publishers achieve better profit margins and offset increases in other areas. However, straight up follows it up with, the decline of physical game releases poses a direct threat to retailers that specialize in selling video games. To reduce that risk, he believes companies need to develop more creative ways to still offer some form of physical product.
The only thing I could see them doing is you get like a bit of production artwork.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else they could put in.
A
manual of the game or something. I don't even know. And then literally just a rolled up piece of paper with the code that you type in. But obviously the disc itself would save a lot of money because you don't, as I said, you don't need the labor costs, you don't need the material, you don't need whatever else that goes into actually getting physical copies made.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I find that a bit weird.
It'll
I
be
mean,
something we'll have to wait and see
the
what
thing
they
is,
come up with.
the thing is, it's not just Sony. Apparently, Take-Two are doing the exact same thing with GTA 6. So yeah, which to be honest,
That's wild.
probably for the best because how many
I
discs do you
can't
think
wait.
it'd be for that?
Dude, I can't wait to see this is how it actually goes, and you get a code in the box, and how many issues go on with the codes because they chose some third party shit to keep safe all the codes and all the data and all that, and someone breaks in, fucking uses all the codes, starts giving away millions of GTA 6 codes for free.
Yeah, that would be a shit show waiting to happen.
And let's be honest, man, with the way things have been going, no one's been giving a shit about the security of things.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna happen. Quote me when it does.
Yeah, that's fair. Sony starts limiting PS5 disc drives purchases amid surging demands. Loads of people are trying to buy them. They don't want them to.
I mean, it as you said, like when they've got a decent bit of a market in terms of the physical stuff. Like you've got collector's editions of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Or even at that, like it's just a thing a lot of people do is even if there's no actual collector's edition, they'll still collect whatever it is they can. So like maybe a franchise of certain games or as many games as they can or anything like that. So there's still a market there for it. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do come up with.
Definitely. I think most of my games are on my Steam account, so I'd say about 95% are digital. That said, I'm disappointed that physical discs are slowly fading away.
Yeah, like it's still cool to see like what they do come out with. I personally wouldn't buy the collector's edition stuff because I just don't really see a need for it, and the price of them is just wild. Like for considering if you look through it all, there's probably like one or two things I would like, and then the rest of it I would just be like, eh.
Yeah, as you know, I've got the collector's edition for Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool, to be honest. It is a nice collector's edition. However, it literally was a case of I opened a box and I got a code. And I entered that code. But that's how it is for PC users. We've always experienced it like that. But even we still like the physical side, which is why I bought the collector's edition.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is a market for it, and there probably will be for a while.
I mean, fuck me, if you gave PC guys the option, we'd still happily fucking have a CD drive and just fucking hook shit up 9 out of 10ers.
You do have the option. You build your own PC.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, if you gave us CDs, we'd still fucking, like, load them up.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's a massive group of people I know that literally... There's one guy, I built a PC for him, and he literally requested a CD drive. The only person I've ever built one for who's requested one, because he wants to play some retro games that he's got the CDs for. Me, on the other hand, I bought a external CD drive, and I just fucking hook them up whenever I want to play them.
Yeah.
So, PlayStation CEO comments on growing AI role. This will be interesting.
Do you think they asked AI if they should get rid of the physical versions?
Probably. Did a fucking craft on. Oh, actually, I saw something about the craft on thing. I forgot to mention this. Or find an article about it. But craft on CEO, he was rehired. He got his bonus, got his team the bonus that they were supposed to get. It was actually higher than what it was. And then immediately quit. Which is
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Well done to the guy.
Just, sticking up to them.
Oh yeah, massively.
For what they did.
Nishino said, AI is already helping Sony improve development efficiency, player experiences, content discovery, and richer content creation. Well, there we go. He described the technology as a long-term opportunity for PlayStation, citing Sony's large global player base, extensive IP library, and closely connected hardware, software, and services ecosystem, all of which could potentially be improved by AI. Apparently, he's using it to fight fraud at the moment, which is, I'll be honest, if you've got a fraud case or if anything that requires customer service, the last thing you want to do is speak to a robot.
Yeah, because then that conversation you're having about those very private details are probably going to get leaked. And then you're in real fucking trouble.
Not just that, 9 out of 10 of them can't fucking understand you and just get it wrong. And then you end up needing to go to a customer service rep in the end anyways. So just put us through to a
Yeah.
customer service rep. Saves time. So yeah, it seems like they're making a pretty big push for this sort of thing. Beyond improving traditional development pipelines, Sony is also pursuing a more experimental AI-first initiative. That's a
Oh,
dreadful
great.
idea. PS5 getting Prison Break RPG with 94% positive. Oh, it's this.
Reminds me of the Escapists.
Yeah, I own this. There. I've owned this for ages. It's literally just like you choose a character, you've been imprisoned wrongly due to whatever reason, and basically you've got to escape or get out legally. And you have to go through and do quests for people, increase your attributes. It's a pretty cool little game, and there's some cool
Yeah,
little
just
elements, but...
Reminds me of the Escapists.
No, exactly.
Heavily.
To be honest, mate, it's the Escapist, but there's a lot more detail to it. And a lot more mechanics built in. Which is fair, but I didn't know Sony was getting it, so fair play to them. I mean, if we check the store page here, you can see it is sat at 95% positive out of the reviews. It's only 1,225, but to get that many reviews from that few people is pretty good. So, not too bad. So,
Here we are.
It had to be a part. So, for any audio listeners, I do apologise because you're going to hear this and it's probably going to be a slight bit deafening. But for anyone who's watching the video version, enjoy this. KFC Spain posted, "You wouldn't steal fried chicken." And this is a masterpiece.
Breaking news. KFC will stop offering its physical format starting today. Its products can only be consumed through its app and fake PNG format.
You wouldn't steal a car. Oh yeah, the KFC handbag. Pirated chicken stealing. It's a masterpiece. And the best part, literally I think it was the day after, they posted again. They've become basically a meme channel and I fucking love it. Here it is. Thank you for your questions. Let me clear up your doubts. 1. Within a month we'll release DLC with the sources, each one sold separately. 2. You can pre-order the PNGs of whatever the hell that is before they sell out. 3. Within a year we'll release the Fried Chicken Pass. You'll get our entire catalogue for a modest monthly price. 4. VPNs won't be allowed to access menus from other countries, nor sharing the PNGs with friends. And 5. If you pirate the PNGs on Pinterest, we'll come to your house. So yeah, basically they've said, breaking news, KFC will stop offering the physical format starting today. Its products can only be consumed through its app in fake PNG format.
I do kind of wonder, like, what just caused, because they're not the only ones. We were seeing tons of different companies doing this. What caused them all to go, this is what we're going to do right now because of what Sony said? Just for the heck of it.
Just taking the piss, pretty much. Saw how annoyed people were about it and just went, fuck you. Yeah, we're having it. Proton did it as well. I sent this to you, I think. Proton official statement. In response to gaming industry moving away from physical offerings moving forward, we've decided to fill the gap by making our services entirely physical starting 1st of April 2027. Proton Mail becomes encrypted letters hand-delivered by our team. Pass becomes someone who follows you around and remembers your passwords for you. VPN files you to one of the 90+ locations so you can browse like a local drive ships. Fair enough. You can browse like a local. Got you. Drive ships every user a folder. Additional folders available on request. Lumo AI sends smart employee to your location to answer questions, help with work, and draw things. And then my favourite of them all, Malwarebytes. I mean, you remember this one because I fucking read it out and it was hilarious. Malwarebytes, for people who don't know, it's an antivirus company, but they released this. In response to recent trends in the gaming industry, Malwarebytes is meeting the demand for physical releases starting the 1st of April 2028. Millions of users around the world trust Malwarebytes to keep their devices virus-free. Now, we will keep you virus-free. A member of the Malwarebytes team, dressed in a giant M suit, will accompany you to all doctor's appointments to ensure you're virus-free so you don't pass cooties onto your devices. They will also microwave fish in the office of any company that leaks your personal data.
I think that as a service on its own would be perfect.
Oh yeah, it'd be amazing. So yeah, Sony is really just being upset at the moment, and I fucking adore it. Former PlayStation boss demands digital promise from Sony over physical media plans.
Former PlayStation boss.
Blizzard boss. Did I say PlayStation?
Yeah.
Okay, Blizzard. Apologies. Former Blizzard president Mike Ybarra has shared his thoughts about digital ownership, demanding that PlayStation make drastic changes to the way game purchases are made. Like most digital storefronts, the PlayStation Store offers limited concept ownership. PlayStation abruptly removed more than 500 movies from the libraries of users after digital rights expired, and many are concerned that this kind of thing could happen with video games.
Such a joke
It
that
is.
these kind of things happen.
And the bit
And
that
what's the point of paying for something at that point?
Yeah, the bit that gets me as well. The only company I've not really had an issue with this sort of thing is Valve. Because
it's an agreement between the developer and Valve. There's no license to be had.
Oh, there is. There's still a license there. And even Valve make you aware. Let's say if I was to press add to car, it would actually give me a warning that I don't own the game. It's a license that I own. Which is fair enough. But the thing about them is, even if a game is removed and the license dies, if you've bought that game, unless Valve are taken to court or specifically asked by a legal document, they will not remove it from your library. And even then, if it's removed, Valve will warn you, they'll make you aware of everything that's happening, and they will possibly even allow you to refund.
Yeah, because they're not pieces of shit about it.
Exactly. Concerns over digital ownership rights have been a hot topic of discussion for several years. Discussions about an all-digital future came up following a recent announcement that GTA 6 will now have a disc version. Rockstar's latest GTA game is one of the most highly anticipated. Mike Ybarra wants a digital promise. Following Rockstar's announcement, it was revealed that PlayStation will stop manufacturing discs in 2028. This means PS5 owners will only be able to purchase digital copies of the game. In a post on Twitter, Mike Ybarra commented on PlayStation's plans, and he said he had a lot to say about this situation. The former Blizzard president wants to see PlayStation make a digital promise to its fans, where the company would have no ability to remove games from a library of users. That's fair enough, that'd be great.
Yes, please.
PlayStation shut down Concord and other live service games, and Ybarra was quick to note that he understands how the difference between single player and multiplayer games, basically the digital promise wouldn't apply to those cases. What Ybarra wants is simply an assurance that PlayStation won't be able to turn off a user's purchased game the way it has with the movies. That concern has been shared a lot on social media since PlayStation announced the change in strategy. There's a perception that digital purchases don't imply ownership, and Ybarra wants to change that. In addition to the digital promise, Ybarra wants PlayStation to revamp the way purchases work to offer more freedom. The post lays out potential changes, such as the ability to easily lend digital games to friends. I mean, look at the Steam Family system. That thing's great. And the option to sell or trade in used games. I don't think you'll be able to pull that off. It'd be cool.
That's
a bit far, I think.
Oh, yeah. Additionally, Ybarra wants a way for users to proudly display their game libraries. Since many people enjoy sharing their collections of physical video games, the idea is that they should also have a way to showcase the ones they digitally own.
I think that was exactly where you were going to go.
So just look here. Just look at this. You'll understand. It's fine. It remains to be seen whether PlayStation will take any of the advice into consideration, but the company has seen a lot of negativity following this all-digital announcement. Some companies are poking fun at PlayStation, and the replies to Ybarra's post show that a lot of people want to see changes before the company switches to an all-digital strategy. If PlayStation plans on sticking to its goal of only releasing digital games starting in 2028, it may need to find ways of assuring fans that the games they purchase actually belong to them in a way that can't be taken away.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like there's a clock on every game that you purchase.
Yeah.
And once that clock expires, you no longer have that game.
Yeah.
Like they need to find a better way by going about it.
That's it. I don't know if you've seen this. So do you remember the good old days of retroing. So there's this little game here.
Oh, this yeah. I saw this loads.
And literally, it's every single game you own on Steam. And you basically just shelf it up in that. And then you can play them from this. It's a cool system, a cool idea, and I really do like it. I think it's pretty impressive. But there's got to be a reason that it's got negative reviews. Well, mixed reviews, 69% positive. So I'm curious. Buggy. Disabling the fisheye lens. Yeah. So, buggy and just a few fixes that need to be sorted. Because to be honest,
remember there's 211 reviews.
Oh yeah, but I'll be honest, this sort of thing, I think a lot of people can get behind. As I said, PC players do want a way to showcase their games. Something like this is perfect. But it's in early access, which, to be fair, the fact that it's in early access and it's clearly starting to already start pulling people in, great. But yeah, PlayStation, dear God, you guys have got some work to do. I think you're going to be at it for a while.
I think people are going to just start losing trust in them. Not that they haven't already, because, let's be honest, the things they've been doing.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while.
This is kind of dangerous territory for them, given the fact that, as we have seen, just so many games being removed.
Yeah.
Because you just, like I said, you don't see that happen on Steam.
You don't, no.
Steam are capable of doing it and not losing the license and not having to take away people's licenses of the game that they paid for. What's so different for them? Why are they incapable of doing this?
I mean, it's like with what's the game called? It's a spy game. I absolutely fucking love it, but I can never remember the name of it.
Tom Clancy?
No, it's not a Tom Clancy game. I own it on GOG. I know that much. But basically, it's a really old game now. And they've only just renewed the licenses, but for years the license had died. So by rights, Steam should have removed that from everyone's library. Did they? No, of course they didn't. You could buy CD keys for it. The thing is, the CD keys were that rare that people were charging about £100 for the game. So when the license
I'm surprised that's all it was.
Yeah, when the license came back, it was like immediately, oh yeah, here you go. Everyone was on it. If I can remember the name, I'll fucking mention it next episode, but I don't remember. But yeah, that's everything I had to cover this episode, which is some good news. We've got through it all. Do you have anything you'd like to mention, Will?
Nothing I can think of.
Oh wait, actually, no, there was one other thing. We did say we'd discuss it a little bit.
Oh?
Yeah, so me and Will got into playing a game recently.
Oh, yeah.
A game called Abiotic Factor, which I'm sure many people will have heard of, considering it's at 96% positive out of 27,000 reviews on Steam. And there are tons of people playing it on Game Pass and all that other stuff. It's good. It is very good. There are certainly some issues that need to be resolved. That much is clear. I think we're both very fucking on the side of. Inventory, as you said, there needs to be a way to fucking navigate that.
The menus are just too much.
Yeah.
There's too, especially if you scroll down the all section of recipes. Oh boy.
I totally don't live in the all section, so. But yeah, there's so much to do in that game. It's constantly keeping us busy.
Yep. You don't it doesn't feel all that repetitive.
No. And I've got to say, I don't know whether this is like a positive or a negative to some people, but I kind of like it. I don't feel like we're being like railroaded at all. Like
we've been able. You are kind of forced to progress.
Oh yeah.
The main story to get to more areas, but you can sort of just go out of your way. For example, we just casually went and killed some giant dude, and then after killing him, just turned around to each other. We're kind of like, did we actually need to do that?
Yeah, and then we found out literally to go to progress to the next stage where we were at, we actually did need to kill him because we needed something that he dropped.
Yeah.
We had no idea at the time. We just
it's like you don't have to like full tunnel vision on the storyline.
Oh no.
You can go and do your own thing and still apparently accidentally progress.
Yeah, which is amazing. There's so much to do though, and I really do enjoy it. I think it's probably one of them games that is genuinely stupidly amount of hours worth. As we read, there was one guy who completed it after 150 hours, another that completed it after 100 hours. Most people you see who's reviewed it have got over 100 hours. There's a guy here, 319 hours. And that it's just insane.
That's some amount of time, huh?
Yeah.
What's he even doing at that point?
I have no idea, honestly. Another one, 351 hours. He reviewed it at 250.
Jeez. I think the main thing about it is that we've been going through, and we don't feel like we've been stuck. We don't feel like we've been getting nowhere or just doing something repetitive. We've been doing something the whole time, whether it's progressing the storyline, exploring around the area, going and getting some unique loot, like looting those big crates.
Yeah.
We've constantly been doing something, and there's still so much more to do because there's so many items that we haven't discovered yet.
Oh yeah.
And the only reason we know that there's items we haven't discovered, which is we only know a limited amount of what we haven't discovered, is because of the enhancement bench to upgrade the items. We can see that we don't have items found yet.
Yeah.
So there could be even more than what we can see that we don't have.
100%. There's probably tons. The only caveat, there is a few caveats, but one of the big ones I'm going to mention, this is the one that pissed me and Will off. So we've been going through portals, and every portal so far was amazing until we got to the zombie mall. Please do something
Yeah, it was a
about
bit
that.
shit.
It was dreadful.
Not everything can be perfect.
No, but that was dreadful. It just was.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the others are better. Even if it's... I mean, some of them have literally just been make your way through a location, and the locations are interesting. So we're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But that place was literally just dark and press buttons.
Go around, click 5 buttons, and leave.
Yeah. I mean, even the train was literally just walk your way through. We had to kill... Pardon me. We had to kill things and just walk our way to the end, which was fine. Because we were at least engaged with the map. But that one just... It was a department store. I suppose at least now we've got a renewable source of pipes and random tat. But that's about it.
Now, for me, there's not really anything that's too bad. Like, sure, there's probably a few bits here that are annoying, or a few bits there that I'm not too fond of, but overall, I'm happy enough with everything, other than just the menus. It's a bit annoying sifting through everything, especially when it comes to crafting, like trying to find where something is, because like the names just don't really match for some things. So you think of what something is, you start typing in words related to it, you just can't find it because it's called something random. So I think one of the biggest things for me would just be right-click on an item and click View Recipes for that item.
No, exactly.
Would make things so much easier.
Just some simple things like that would help a lot. But yeah, it's great game. If you've not played it yet and you get the chance, definitely do. Get a group of friends and just go.
Yeah, you do need people to play it with, though. It would get a bit grueling on your own.
Yeah. I genuinely do enjoy it, though. And I don't know. There's just something about it that just keeps you coming back every day and going, right, next thing.
Yeah, it's like I want to see what's on next, you know?
Yeah. Constantly. And, I mean, we've been non-stop, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's insane. I've just been sat, like, while this is up, because I've been, like, loading up the menu, and the fucking trailer's been playing, and I've just watched, like, half the trailer and just gone, I don't know what any of this shit is.
Hey, stop looking. You're going to ruin things for us.
I know.
It's a constant battle for me. I have to fight you to not look at things and not come across things. Well, no, don't do it again. Bad Rory.
Okay, that's fair. Right, with all that said and done, though, as our final word, play Abiotic Factor, get some friends and play.
With friends.
Yeah, get some friends and play, unless you are one of those people that really enjoys just mindless grinding.
It is doable. Yeah, it is doable solo, but you wouldn't be playing a lot at once.
No. If
but even I wouldn't play too much at once.
Yeah, if you're one of those people who can just mindlessly grind for days upon days upon days, then I think you'll be okay. Otherwise, get a friend, jump in, make sure it's a friend that you won't fall out with over the stupid things, and that you can have a laugh with about anything that happens, you'll have a fucking blast, honestly.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, with all that said and done then, thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and feel free to join the Discord, where we are pretty much in all the time at the moment. So if anyone wants to pop by, feel
What
free
happens
to
when
do
you
so.
get a good game?
Yeah. If you give us a good game, we'll actually be around a lot. It's fantastic. And
Yeah.
what I find even more maddening, thinking about it, Abiotic Factor came into 1.0 on the 22nd of July 2025.
Yeah. And we only started playing, what, like 5 days ago?
Yeah. Which is insane. So, yeah. Last year did actually have a good game drop. I'm impressed to say. We were a bit late to the party, but you know what? I'm happy we were. It gives us even more to explore because they're still updating the fucking thing.
Yeah. It means there's like a lot of things were actually finished as well. We weren't waiting on things which probably could have actually killed our view in the game.
Yeah.
Because there might not have been half as much there, or there might have just been unfinished things, anything.
Exactly.
And it would have just made it a lot less enjoyable. So I'm glad that we've came to it when we have.
100%. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you all next time.
Bye for now, guys. See you next time.